Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Coach Carl. Mr. 56 is the new 26. And I just walked 2.5 miles in a top and bottom sauna suit and a knit hat in 80-degree weather. And I get there, set up my camera stand, and start shadowboxing. Yeah, it's going to be another good one, yo. I love shadowboxing because what I'm essentially doing is I'm in a fight. I'm in a fight with myself, against myself, trying to beat myself. And that's hard to do. But I like shadowboxing because you get to work on moves, you get to work on movement, you get to turn, you get to work on your footwork, you get to work on your combinations, and it's no stress in it. It's shadowboxing, so you ain't getting punched in the face, you ain't getting hit in the body. You know, you're just learning. And I'm never too old to learn something new. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm out there doing is just dancing around and working on my technique. So would you see a lot of stuff that I do in shadowboxing, you might see me repeat things. Well, in shadowboxing, that's where you repeat it at, because you get to work on something and make sure that it looks perfected before you try to use it and see whether it's going to work or not. You want to make sure your arms are coming out, make sure your hands are coming up, make sure your defense is on point. When you turn and twist, make sure your body is going in the right direction. You're not leaning too far over your front leg. You're not bending backwards and, just kind of like bending backwards like you on, what's that, polo? When you go under the stick, you got to bend backwards to do it, because if you get hit when you're bending backwards, chances are you're going to get knocked down. You might not get knocked out, but you're going to get knocked down, and that's still a standing 8 count, and that's still 1 point taken away from you for that particular incident happening. So you want to focus on that. But when I'm out here, man, I love to just, throw punches and think. First of all, you're going to do a lot of thinking when you're out there and you're training by yourself, because there's nobody to distract you, nobody around. As y'all can see, the whole school front yard was empty, and I had to walk there for 2.5 miles in 80-degree weather, which basically means I'm 90 plus in that suit. People ask me all the time why I wear that suit, because the suit is tough. It makes me think. It drains my energy, and it lets me see just what I'm capable of. And I'm not too far away from the house. 2.5 miles, I could get there in about, 18 minutes if I had to run home. But I just like focusing. When you see me out here, you see my hands up. You don't know who I'm fighting, but I'm fighting somebody. In my mind, I'm fighting the baddest guy on the planet. He got the fastest hands. He trying to catch me with my hands down. He trying to expose my defense. He's trying to make light of my offense. And I'm trying to do the same thing to him, but on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm trying to make light of his defense. I'm trying to catch him with my offense. That's why I like to turn. I like to hold my hands up high from time to time. A lot of times when I'm on the bag, I'm not so much focused on holding my hands up high, simply because I'm working on building muscle at that time. I'll have plenty of time to hold my hands up to my forehead to make sure that nobody can't get no extra shot in on me. But sometimes when you're on the bag, by the time I show y'all the bag, I don't show y'all the bag when I'm just getting started. Even though I might say, hey, this is the first round. I might have did 10 rounds before I show y'all the first round. Simply because I like making it hard. I don't do 3 rounds of nothing and stop. I don't walk just 2 miles and stop. I don't run just 2 miles and stop. I do other stuff before I leave and before I return. Every day I'm working 3 different workouts per day, up to 2 hours per workout. I'm running 3 miles. I'm walking 3 to 10. I'm biking 10 minimum. Yeah, I do all of that in the course of the same day. It just depends on how I feel to what's getting done. But there's never a day that goes by that I'm not doing something. And right here, as y'all can see, I'm working on my ankles. I'm working on my feet. I'm working on my calves. I'm working on my legs. And I'm working on my movement. Being able to move around, being able to dance in that ring is paramount. You got to be able to move, because if you can't move and things get thick, you can't get out the way of your boy's combinations or his body shots. Sometimes you got to get on your bicycle, like Sugar Ray Leonard say, get on your bicycle. You got to dance around. Sometimes you got to dance around, because I've been known to take shots. I've been known to give shots, but I've been known to pick shots. You pick shots better when you can move. When you can dance, he doesn't know when you're coming in, you can pick shots. And that's when you get the better of him, because it's almost like, have you ever seen a wasp? How a wasp would just fly around? You can swing at a wasp 20 times and never hit him. He's gracefully flying around, but when he decides to sting you, he stings you. That's what I'm talking about. I like to gracefully move around, and then when I decide to come on in and throw that combination and sting you, I can do that. But I like ShadowBoxing. I ShadowBox almost every day because it allows me to, to loosen up the reflexes from all the work I done put in. By Saturday, I done did 21 workouts before I get to this. 22, because I do 3 workouts a day. And by the time I get to this workout, I'm done. But I still save enough. Like a track coach told me one time, save a little bit for the return trip. So when you're on the way home, save a little bit so that you can speed up a little bit. Don't use it all at the beginning of the race, then you don't have nothing to make it home with. Well, that's how I feel. I love the ShadowBoxing techniques. I love the atmosphere of ShadowBoxing. I love the fact that I'm listening to music in my earbuds, but I'm not paying attention to nothing that's around me. Nobody that pass by in the car beeping the horn. Nobody that yell out, "Yo, coach." Nobody that yell none of that out. I can't hear you because I have drowned you out. I have focused, and it takes focus to do what I'm doing. Boxing is not a sport you go in playing around, because if you do, you're going to get knocked down. So you got to be focused. You got to be focused. You got to work your hands. You got to work your combinations. You got to be tired and keep training. Because when you're tired and keep training, it just shows what you're made out of. It shows that no matter, even if you're tired in a fight or tired in the ring, you're willing to put forth another set of effort. It's like having a old school pickup truck that's got 2 gas tanks. When the first gas tank is empty, you hit the reserve tank. Well, that's how it is in boxing. When you start getting empty, you hit the reserve tank and make it happen. A lot of people pass by in cars and they stop to see what I'm doing. Some people pass by on bikes and they just stop and see what I'm doing. I think the whole world, have you ever noticed that all the commercials on TV now got boxing in them? I think the whole world is fascinated by boxing. But let's just get some boxing coaches out here that's going to teach boxing the way boxing is meant to be taught. It's meant for you to learn as much as you can and then do as much as you can with what you done learned. It ain't meant for you to learn one style. It ain't meant for you to think you got one way of doing things. Boxing is universal. It's so universal that no matter what state or what city or what country you're from, boxing is still boxing. But once again, I'd like to thank y'all for taking the time out to log into my page and see what all the fuss is about. It's your boy, Coach Carl. Mr. 56 is a new 26. And I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side, because right about now, I'm out.